We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
YouTube, back at it again with another lit video for y'all. Here's my little client Josiah. He about to get a little ball fade with a design on the side. Right now we're just brushing down the hair, getting it down to the desired length, laying it all down, laying it flat, so I'll get ready to go in with our clippers. This is the 1.5 detachable blade BGRC joints. I really do love this clipper, man, but the only problem is that with these blades, man, they do snag the hair, so make sure you keep them well oiled. And right here I'm going in with the 1.5 detachable, going all the way up in an upward stroke, getting every hair on the side down to the desired length, all even. About to hit this cowlick right here on the crown area of his head. It's not major, but it does affect you a little bit, so you have to angle your clippers a little bit differently around this part of the top. Once you get around that, you're good to go. Coming around to this left side over here, we are going to hit him with the design. Designs always go on the left, people. If you know anything about barbering, all barbers know designs go on the left side unless the client wants something different. But try to talk them out of it, because designs are meant to be on the left side of the head. I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all. But anyway, man, right here on this left side, we're really focusing a lot, going over the head multiple times with this 1.5 detachable. And the reason why is because that's what's going to make your design pop. So the more clean your hair is on that side, is the better it's going to be. So because we're doing a bald fade on the right side, it really doesn't matter because we're going to bald that whole side out anyway. Right here, I'm switching out that 1.5 to a 1 to knock down this hair up top. He does get a 1 on top with the grain, knocking down this to his waves. Gonna pop a little bit. He don't really brush or he don't really wear a rag or anything, but he do got a little drip, a little baby drip, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? It's there. Right here, you see me going real slow strokes. With this blade, you guys really need to be careful because this can patch somebody real easily. Coming from experience, I've never done it, but I've seen barbers do it, and it's a scary sight. So you could turn somebody's high fade into the south side fade. You could turn somebody's taper into a mid fade. So just take your time, be slow right here. There's no need to rush. This is our craft, you know what I'm saying? So this is what we do as professionals in order to get to the next level and make ourselves look better. So going in with this one guy right here, I'm going to speed this next clip up just because this did take a little bit of time. So right now I'm just going down over everything, laying his hair down with the grain, with that one guard on the detachable blade on the BGRCs, making sure everything's even for the most part. I mean, this is probably the easiest process of the whole haircut. So I'm going to go ahead and rush through this real quick, and then I'll meet back up with y'all when I start on this design. And then right here, I'm just applying some spritz hairspray to the client's head. What this is going to do is it's going to firm up the hair, so when you start putting in that design, the design will hold a lot more and the hair won't go all over the place when you start etching it in. Make sure you blow dry it dry first though and brush it out after that, and then you'll be good to go. So right here, man, my bad on this. This is a bad part of the video, but I can't really crop it out. So the angles are all off on this camera. It's my first time doing a barber tutorial on YouTube, but bear with me. I will get better. I promise you by the next video, y'all gonna be like, dang, this boy got better. So that's all I ask. Right here, I'm just brushing it down, making sure everything's good to go. And then we're gonna start etching in and start drawing in this design with the little eyeliner. That's a big trick I use, man. So I use eyeliner on all my designs before I start putting it in, just so I get a visual in my mind on what it's gonna look like. So as we start getting this first line in, I always look back to check my mirror just to make sure that everything's looking the line, everything looks good, everything's going the way I want it to. You're gonna see me checking my mirror a few times. That was the first thing I learned in barber school, actually. Shout out to Miss R, aka Brigitte Rodriguez. She's a real one. I don't know if she's gonna see this or not, but she always told us. She stayed on our asses about it. Make sure you check your mirror. Make sure you check your mirror, no matter what. So once again, I'm about to speed up this clip, just so y'all don't have to look at the back of my head. I'm just rounding them out right now, and then I'm about to check this design, make sure I like it, make sure everything looks good, everything's aligned, everything looks how I want it to. I'm jump right into it with the Slimline Pro LIs. You're about to get cracking on this design. With this, man, use your corners a lot. Take your time. Do not rush. Do not make these lines too fat, because when you go through it with your razor, it's gonna etch everything out to how you want it to be. So right now, I'll take my time and I go through line by line, piece by piece, and make sure everything's symmetrical. So this is like my fourth design. I don't really do too many designs. I wish I could do more, but a lot of clients just don't ask for them no more. But right now, man, I'm just about to shut up and let y'all watch how I do it, because I feel like that's the best way to learn. So y'all enjoy it.
You know, I be trying to find what make me happy, but I don't really know what make me happy right now. Diamonds on glisten, I shine for the summer. Redo her front of her body, I punish. Walk in the street like I'm guided, I'm thugging. He speaking on gangsta, he gotta be bugging. She work at B-Live, I supply with lumber. The skirt that I shoot when supplying the jungle. Kevin Garnett, they retire my number. Got gold in my grill like I'm Barry Winter Gunner. The man in my hand and I'm pushing the button. Big body Benz, I'ma whip like a cutlass.
So right here, you guys are going to see me flip my clipper upside down. The reason why I do that, I'm hitting the top side of that angle on that vertical bar to getting ready to start that Z cup. And then I'm going to flip it right back over. So what that's doing, that's going to give you a little bit better leeway just to see how the angle is going to turn out, and you make that bar super straight. So once I get that vertical bar how I like it, I'm going to finish out this design with this little Z cup right here. And all we're doing, just etching it out, taking it piece by piece. And I do right here end up taking this line out a little bit further. The only reason why I did that was because I didn't like where I ended it on the white eyeliner part. And it's all personal preference when you're doing a design. So do what you think will look best. You're the professional at the end of the day. So just keep watching and I'm going to keep getting to it. So right here, I'm about to just go over all my lines again, etch them all out, make sure they're all straight, use my corner of the blade right here, and I'm just going over this top line. First thing I learned about designs when I was trying to do them was that there's two parts of a line. I don't know if you guys knew that, but there's a top and a bottom. So the top line is always going to be easier to be done with your clipper. You can get like detailed, super detail with your razor, but it's easier to do it with your clipper, and then you go over it with your razor at the end of the day. So I do my top line with my razor, or with my clipper, and then I do my bottom line with my razor. So I'm just going over all my lines, making sure they all look good, making sure they're all good to go. And then, yeah, man, it's coming out pretty decent. What y'all think? Right here, we're about to get it cracking on this 3D side of things. So with this design, I did take a little 3D like option to it. So right here, I'm just gonna make a little circle in this middle, make it look a little bit more cool, you know, give him a little bit more swag. You know, he's 13, so he's trying to feel himself, you know what I'm saying? So I'm about to go ahead and do that for him, and I'm gonna hit this bottom with the 3D etch out too. So y'all stay tuned for that, man. Just keep on paying attention. We're almost done. So now I got that middle done and balled it out, I'm gonna start hitting this bottom. All you're doing right here, you're really just following the guideline of the design. So in order to make that pop, we're just gonna hit that bottom line at the circle right there, bring it down into that bottom line, square that out right there, and we're just gonna follow the same shape as the design, man. We're just gonna trace that all the way through, all the way to the Z cup. So about to go ahead and go in with my razor now that I got all that stuff balled out at the bottom. And right here, man, you're just really etching out that bottom line now, making sure everything's aligned with that, and make sure everything's symmetrical. Try to keep all the lines throughout the whole design symmetrical. That's the biggest part I notice with barbers that struggle with doing designs. Like some part of the lines will be mad skinny, some part of the lines will be mad fat. Try to keep it all the way even. Depending on what kind of design you're doing too. Like I said, it's a personal preference. It's all artistic expression. So do what y'all want, but I think designs look best when they're all symmetrical. So keep that in mind while you're doing it. So now that we got that middle line knocked out, we're going to start working on this bottom line right here. And this is going to make your design pop that much more. All you're doing right here, you're really just knocking out the stragglers that you don't like, or any loose hairs that you might see that you want to get off. It's also going to make your design pop a lot more because you're taking it down from the trimmer all the way down to razor balls. So this is going to make your design pop a little bit more loud, so people are going to see it from a mile away. This clip coming up, I am going to speed this up a little bit more. Only reason why is just to get through this video. That design looking nasty though. Tell me not. Well, you know you lying if you don't think it is. Hitting that more detailed work, and then right here we're just going right into it with the razor again, or with the trimmer again, not the razor, sorry. And we're just etching the top lines again, making sure those things are extra crispy. We're going to do that all the way through again, and then we'll be done. So right now we're about to hop into this ball fade portion of the tutorial. Here I am with the BGRCs, the 5/0 blade on there, balling them out to the top. It's about to be a high ball fade. So this is where things get interesting, man. I'm just going to go ahead and throw a time-lapse video in on this just because I feel like you guys should know how to do a ball fade. If not, I could do a separate tutorial. Just comment down in this comment section and I'll do it for y'all. So right here, unfortunately, my camera did die, so I had to record the rest of this time lapse on my iPhone. I'm sorry if the quality is going to be a little bit lower and the picture might be a little bit small on your screen, so I apologize for that. But just so y'all know what happened, man, I didn't mean to do that to y'all. But on the next video, I'll be locked and ready and prepared. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Until the next one, God bless.
I ain't know I love you.